So before we get started into this video, you're probably gonna think, hey, I already saw this shit last night. The thing is, I kind of fucked up and wound up uploading a 3/4 finished version of the final product. Mainly because of my own sloppiness, but also because the computer I'm working from is a massive piece of shit. Anyway, now that you're done with me rambling, on to more of me rambling. Have a nice day. Justin Dennis. Justin freaking Dennis. The human cancer cell that is Justin Dennis is at it once again with more verbal freaking regurgitation of more garbage that he shouldn't say but has gone ahead and done so anyway. His latest video is called How to Be a Politically Correct Bigot. It's basically Justin trying to be cute and failing horribly, as you will see when we roll the footage.
Hi there! Are you tired of being called a racist, a misogynist, a white supremacist, a Nazi, a homophobe, and a transphobe?
Fuck yeah I am! Which is why I should probably stop coming to your videos.
Then you need to learn how to be a politically correct bigot.
Or in other words, a Justin clone.
You see, the days of being able to shout racist and sexist slurs from the rooftops are over. People are too politically correct now.
Standing on the rooftops, calling everyone a homo. But seriously, jackass, nobody's ever done that in the first place. Even way back when it was considered kosher somewhat to be a racist and shit like Jim Crow laws were in place, I'm pretty sure people weren't standing on the rooftop yelling, niggers, to any black people with an earshot. And might I add to that point, when we're calling you two politically correct dumb shit, we're not saying that we're cool with racism and sexism. We're not cool with your particular brand of political correctness. There's a severe and very, very major difference.
It's like for some reason people don't like blatant hatred being spewed everywhere. I don't get it. But anyway, because of this new climate of tolerance and acceptance, you have to be more careful with your words if you happen to be a skeptical, rational, free-thinking, patriotic American like me.
Yeah, I know that's sarcasm, but I'm pretty sure you're not patriotic in the slightest, jerky.
Don't worry though, I've got your back. Here's how you can learn to be a politically correct bigot.
Wear shit eyeliner, grow your hair out, call anyone that disagrees with you an alt-righter, call anyone that won't fuck you a transphobe. Oh wait, there's more to go in this crappy video. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Number 1, don't call black people the N-word, just call them thugs. We all know that white people should be allowed to say the N-word, but in today's political climate, you just can't. Too many triggered snowflakes out there. So instead, just call them thugs. It's just as racist on the inside, but sounds less racist on the outside.
Jesus Christ, fucker, you could build a house for a pig with the amount of straw in that straw man. First off, dumb shit, nobody is saying you should be allowed to drop the N-bomb. Secondly, the word thug can be applied to absolutely anybody. You get white thugs, you get black thugs, you get Asian thugs, you get Hispanic thugs. The word thug can be applied to absolutely everybody and anybody who is seen committing general acts of thuggery, dumbass. There is no racial connotation behind the word thug unless you are deliberately trying to make it so.
Number 2, instead of saying that you hate people of color, just say that you support national security. The trick here is that nobody can disagree with wanting national security, so anyone who criticizes you will look like an asshole. Then you can build a huge wall on the southern border and ban people from the Middle East and say it's for national security, even though those things won't actually make us any safer. The important part is, they look like they'll make us safer, and they'll keep people of color out. It's a win-win.
Ah, the good old let's play the fucking attack Trump supporter card, eh, Jussie? Good on you, Slappy. First off, nothing could make you look like an even bigger asshole at this point, doofus. Secondly, there are countries that have banned Muslims, and those countries have a grand total of 0 terrorist attacks. I'm not saying all terrorists are Muslim. I'm just saying that there are a lot of terrorist acts committed by Muslims. And as for the Mexican thing, it's not all Mexicans. The purpose of the wall is to keep out the illegals, dumb shit. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump either, but let's present facts here, child, not over-dramatized bullshit. I know that over-dramatized bullshit is in fact your specialty, Justin, but let's try and keep shit intellectually honest here. Hard task, borderline impossible for the person I'm asking it to, but at least try. Savvy?
And this way, you can avoid any responsibility. It's like putting a really tasty treat in front of a hungry dog and then telling the dog that it shouldn't eat the treat. It's still gonna do it, but then it's not your fault because you told it not to.
Oh boy, folks, it's good old-fashioned Justin Dennis strawmanaganza. He's obviously talking about himself here and the reception he gets from other people. Justin, here's the thing. People like Ranting Monkey and Blair White are not telling people to come after you because they are taking some culpability for themselves. People like myself who make videos telling you you're a fucking waste of oxygen are doing so of our own volition. I am completely capable of not whipping out the camera and telling you you suck, but I do anyway because, let's be honest, I've got a big damn mouth, I've got a lot of opinions, and I've got an outlet. But more to the point, it's not harassment. It is telling you that you are a brain-stunted, useless ignoramus who delivers nothing but half-truth, strawmen, and complete and total bullshit and disguises it under the umbrella of delivering facts. Let's be real here, Slappy. You are just as bad, if not worse, than some of your so-called harassers. The reason people leave links to your stupid videos in our descriptions is so people can go for ourselves and see we're not taking you out of context. You're actually this fucking stupid. And that's where your negative reception comes from, because most people are smart enough to see you are the human embodiment of a cancer cell.
And number 3, if you want to lead a harassment campaign against someone, make sure that you display a disclaimer saying that you don't condone harassment. You see, an old-fashioned harassment campaign is seen as offensive nowadays. Something about bullying marginalized people or some shit like that. So instead of telling people what you're doing, just do all of the same things, but don't say that you're doing it. Essentially, you want to make it easy for your hundreds of thousands of followers to go harass someone by giving them all the information they need, but not actually directly telling them to do it. If you make it easy enough for them, they'll do it whether you tell them to or not.
Again, dumb shit. The followers of content creators are capable of utilizing their own brains and are capable of following their own actions. I don't need to tell my subscribers to go after you because they're plenty ready and willing to pick the meat off the bone I am currently mauling myself.
Number 4, don't call people feminazis, just call them feminist extremists.
Wait, what the fucking fuck? People still use the phrase feminazi dumbass. It's still a commonly used insult for these so-called feminist extremists. But either way, no one I know has ever used the term feminist extremist. Maybe radical feminists, but not feminist extremist. Anyway, let's continue with what this derp has to say on this point.
Back in the day, feminazi was a perfectly good insult. You could dismiss the arguments of any annoying feminist with just one word. But now, thanks to PC culture, we have to use 2 words.
Bro, I can think of 2 words I've got for you right now. Suck it. But honestly, since when is feminazi used to dismiss a good argument? It's never used to dismiss a good argument. The term feminazi is usually applied to those stupid morons who just want to bash on men aimlessly. You never hear the word feminazi used by anybody, at least anybody with any credibility, to dismiss valid feminist points. Once again, you lose, you get nothing, good day, sir.
Feminist extremists. Still, it's a good way to ignore the concerns of anyone who criticizes you, so I highly recommend using it.
I highly recommend you jump off the same rooftop you're accusing people of throwing racial slurs from.
Number 5, instead of saying that you hate trans people, just say that you wouldn't date them.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Here we are with this stupid fucking dismissal again, Justin. Get over it, shit for brains. No one wants to suck your dick. Okay? And it doesn't make anybody transphobic. Once again, you're not entitled to sex. Get over it, wussy.
Thanks to all the liberal, leftist, communist transgenders out there, it's now not okay to hate someone just because they're trans. That's ridiculous. You know it, I know it, we both know it.
LOL, Drumps, right? L-E-L-E-L. Dickhead.
So to get around this, just say you would never date a trans person. It's a good way of getting your message across without explicitly saying it. Plus, if anyone criticizes you, you can just call them a rapist and claim that they're trying to force you to have sex with a transgender person.
Aw, did that mass amount of criticism you got last December really hurt your fifis that much, Justin, that you're still triggered by it? Get over it, loser. Everyone had a damn good point and you know it. You are wrong and you know it. Stop being such a pathetic little crybaby over the fact that you weren't able to guilt everybody into finding you sexually attractive. You're an uggo. Get the fuck over it.
Because remember, implicit bias is fake news. Number 6, don't call yourself a white supremacist. Just say that racism doesn't exist and that people of color are ruining our country.
Okay, which fucking inbred rednecks are you pointing this thing at, Justin? Because damn near nobody thinks racism doesn't exist. Racism still exists. This is pretty blatant. The fact of the matter is, people are saying there are some areas where what people like you are calling racism aren't in fact racism. And again, I see you're trying to take pot shots at Trump supporters. Not every single person that voted for Trump is an inbred redneck who wants to go hanging black people. You fucking rube. You are strawmanning once again.
White supremacist has all sorts of negative connotations now. White nationalist is sometimes okay, but not always. The easiest way around this is just to say that you have white pride and to complain about reverse racism and white genocide.
It's not reverse racism, it's just racism. And nobody talks of white genocide unironically who isn't a complete redneck. So again, I don't know where you're getting this shit from, you fucking moron.
Talk about the evils of multiculturalism, laugh about the people of color who will die because of environmental racism, and yell at people when they don't speak English. But
environmental racism is absolutely horrible. Do the world a favour. If you hear any trees, shrubs or bushes throwing out racial slurs your way, cut them down or mow them over.
If anyone calls you a white supremacist, you deny it. The label might fit, but it's not politically correct. Number 7, instead of saying you support the alt-right, say that you're a centrist who just wants to hear both sides. This one's easy. People love centrists, even though it's a logical fallacy to claim that the two extremes are bad and the center is good. It's called an argument to moderation.
Oh, it sounds like someone's getting a bit salty because their hero Lacey's decided she's no longer gonna be a biased muppet and she's gonna actually try and look at both sides of the argument. You see, Justin here's shitting the bed because Lacey Green's suddenly getting some of Chris Ray Gun's ray gun and is taking it upon herself to actually stop being an intellectually dishonest douchebag. Now, time will tell whether Lacey's being genuine or not. I myself am slightly skeptical, but that's neither here nor there. Justin, you absolute muppet, one can be in the middle. I myself, in spite of what some may believe, do like to look at both sides of the argument before making an outright judgment. Except in a few cases, but again, neither here nor there. The general point is, I do think that going extremely one way is bad or extremely the other way is bad. Because in order to form a halfway decent opinion, you have to listen to both sides, and no good person agrees with one side or the other 100% of the time. So not only are you strawmanning here, you're talking out of your ass. Well done.
Look it up. But if you say you're a centrist, nobody can say that you're actually alt-right. And then all you have to do is ignore the left and constantly give a platform to the right. Make sure you challenge the left on all their ideas, but allow the alt-right to speak freely. It's genius, really. Say that you support free speech and hearing out both sides. People love that shit, and they won't even see how it works to empower the alt-right.
I don't have much to add here. I just think it's absolutely funny that this clown shoe keeps using the phrase alt-right non-ironically. It's kind of adorable and extremely pathetic at the same time. It's mostly pathetic, let's be honest. If it were anyone else, it wouldn't be, but it's Justin, so it just gets that little bit extra pathetic.
And that, my friends, is how you can be a politically correct bigot. I hope this advice was helpful for you, and if you appreciate it, then please press that thumbs down button. I know it seems counterintuitive, but a thumbs down is the politically correct thumbs up.
Oh, he's trying to be cute again, and he's trying to make fun of the fact that his videos get downvoted a lot because a lot of people think, and they in fact are, complete shit. And it's cute, Justin, because no amount of sarcasm will ever change the fact that your videos are, for the most part, completely ignorant, half-assed, lying garbage. You stupid, ignorant muppet.
Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.
Well, that was even more cancerous than your average Justin Dennis video because of the unnecessary sarcasm that it was laden with. It seems like Justin is really giving up any facade of not being an arrogant, narcissistic piece of shit who thinks that only his opinion matters. I put it to you this way, okay? I have for a long time suspected that this motherfucker is full of arrogance, right? This just proves it. Because most people would look at the criticism they're getting, pull their heads in, and dial back the absolute cancer for a little bit, maybe undergo a small period of self-reflection and get their shit together. Justin, on the other hand, is going to the absolute opposite end of the scale here and getting more sarcastic and more passive-aggressive with anybody that disagrees with his ignorant, half-assed points of view. As you can see from this video, the guy doesn't get it. Even stuff from as far back as last year, which got absolutely massacred, he is still trying to claim is factually correct, even though absolutely everybody that threw criticism at him, even me, whose videos are mostly telling him to go fuck himself with some good points thrown in, had points about why dating transgendered people, or not dating transgendered people in this case, isn't transphobia, and why dating preferences aren't, transphobic. Justin over here has doubled down on the heavily laced sarcasm and is still trying to chastise people for not dating trans people, no questions asked. Justin Dennis is an arrogant piece of crap, and for a little point of time I was thinking maybe we're picking on him a little bit too much, but really, when he's doing crap like this, he deserves all the criticism he gets, and maybe more, to be fair. While nobody deserves to be bullied off the internet, Justin needs a harsh awakening and needs to come to the conclusion that he's not helping anybody and he's just making an even bigger asshole of himself with every single video that he brings out. I'm Damian Skyfire. Till next time.